Okay, everybody, we're going to start by going to X2Vol.com. We're going to start our registration for X2Vol at X2Vol.com. So go ahead and navigate to that website. Now you're going to click Join. On this page, you're going to want to click Join in the top right corner. You're going to click Complete Registration. My school instructed me to complete my registration. You're now going to enter your school name. That's Notre Dame High School, Sherman Oaks. Navigate down to Notre Dame High School, Sherman Oaks. Don't get confused, there's many other Notre Dames. Make sure you're selecting Sherman Oaks. You're now going to, right here on the volunteer registration page, insert your last name and student email. Insert your last name and your student email. You can also verify that you are registering for the correct school there. It should say Notre Dame Sherman Oaks up at, and you should see the symbol there in the middle. Okay. Now on the student registration page, please update your date of birth. That's really all you need to do. You can update the other contact information as well if necessary. So if that information is not correct, you can update that contact information. But really all you need to do is update your date of birth. And put your student ID in there if it's not in there already. But make sure you update your date of birth. You can put your phone number, address if you know it. On this page is the student interest page. You're going to move the lever in the direction of your interest for each section. You can select the themes and topics that you're interested in as well. This is all optional, but you can move the lever in the direction of your interest for each section if you would like to. This is the system trying to gauge your interests so that it can direct your account toward the things that you're interested in. If you don't know what you're interested in, that's fine, but you can just move on to the next page. If you don't know your interests, you can always come back to this page. You can also check the boxes, the different themes and different topics that you're interested in at the bottom. You can check those, otherwise you can just proceed. Okay, here on this page, under student registration, you're going to create your password. And at the bottom of the page, make sure that you acknowledge that you understand the policies of X2Vol and that you understand that Notre Dame High School has access to your account by checking the boxes at the bottom of the page. And make sure you're selecting your correct class as well under mandatory group. All right, let's begin to log our hours. You're going to sign in using your username, and then you're going to go to the dashboard after you have signed in. Once you signed in, you should see it's going to take you to the dashboard. If you forget your password, use the Forgot Your Password feature, and then walk through the prompts. Okay, so this is where you're actually going to start logging hours and looking at various types of information in X2Vol. You can check the status of each year for your service hours by reviewing the bar. It's going to tell you quick information. Make sure you read through the bulletin page. I'm always going to update that. That's going to give you general information about the Christian Service Program, what's expected of you, all the requirements for the Christian Service Program. So make sure you're reading that stuff regularly, so that way you're up to date on everything that's required of you. You should click on Opportunities and Projects at the top of the web page, and then you'll find yourself in the My Activity Log section of X2Vol. You'll see where you have claimed hours. Those are hours that you have put into the system versus hours that have been verified. Make sure that your verification contact is up to date. The email needs to be correct. The phone number for verification needs to be correct. And then those are hours that I'm actually going to approve. So once your hours have been verified and claimed, I'm able then to go in and approve your hours. And you'll see the different categories and what's happening in each there in this section under active projects. Now we're going to create a new claim. After you clicked on Create New, right next to the words in Personal Activity Project, you're going to fill out the web page. You'll start off under Activity, putting the name of the organization that you worked for or you worked with, and just describe the project briefly. A couple of sentences can go right there in the project description portal. Just tell us what this particular group was doing. You can add any files that you'd like. If you have any pictures you want to upload, maybe you have a picture of a donation, maybe you have a picture of a certificate, you can add that. And then again, you can select your interests if you'd like. Tell us what kind of activity this was. What kind of organization did you work with? Was it humanitarian, faith-based, environmental, educational, or government? Try and get as accurate or as close to the interest as you can. This is where you're going to put in your verification activity contact information. I need their name and their email address, most importantly. Put their phone number if you have it, but most importantly, I need the name and the email address. And make sure you read the information to the right about verification. They're going to, whoever's verifying is going to receive an email, and they're going to need to fill out the information on that email in order to verify your hours that you've claimed. And then you're going to actually claim your hours. You'll select the date that you did the work, that you performed the service, how many hours, how many minutes, and then it's very important that you give me a good reflection, at least a paragraph. I'm looking for 4 to 5 sentences for the reflection. Minimum usually of 5 sentences. But I need a good reflection, and make sure that it's substantive, that you actually are telling me about how you felt about the service. How did you feel about the service that you just completed? How does it shape you? How does it transform you? How are you helping the community? Who is it benefiting and why? Really give me some substance when telling me about your reflection of the service. You're going to then apply the hours to a particular goal. Select the one that corresponds with your class. Select the goal that corresponds with your class. For freshmen, sometimes it will be under Apply to All Non-Exclusive Goals. Just select that one that's available to you. If that's the only one available, select that. Then also select that you acknowledge that you're submitting these hours in truth. And then you can submit your claim. And it's that simple. If you have any comments, you could put comments on the page as well. And just wait for me to either deny it or approve it. And if it gets denied, there's always going to be comments that are going to come back to you letting you know why I denied it and whether or not you can resubmit it. And that's it. That's how you register, sign in, and claim your hours in X2Vol.